Hello, how you doing? It's George. I'm a couple days too late. As you can see, this came out 6 days ago. I have to apologize. I have been fairly busy. It's the patch 12.2 notes. Same people as always. It's Ari, Sue, and Riot Aether. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Season 2022 is in bloom. Um, yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So Janna gets nerfed. Her base movement speed goes down to 325. Janna's obviously a very quick champion in general. The Zephyr base movement speed goes from, what is that? Is that 8 to 12 to 6 to 12? Okay, so it's nerfed in the early game. On the W, that's going to be quite interesting. And the E out of the storm heal and shield duration power is going from 4 seconds to from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. Okay, that's nice to see. Janna's pretty strong at the moment. She's been playing Smite top lane at the moment. It is quite a couple days into the patch. I believe people are still playing her and they're thinking about it in pro play, so that's quite nice. I'm not really too bothered about the the ARF changes, to be honest. I believe the next change would then be the nope. Here we go, the patch highlights. Okay, let's start off. Akshan's getting enough, Amumu's getting enough, Caitlyn's getting enough, Corki's getting enough, LeBlanc, Senna, Twisted Fate, and Zeri all getting nerfs. Lilia and Quinn are getting buffs. Ari, Brand, and Nami being adjusted. Fighter items are getting changed. Altogether, that's 11 items. The Turbo Chem Tank is getting changed as well. And we have a couple new skins out. I'm going to skip over those so I get the reaction at the end of the patch. I haven't read the patch at all yet. I've just been playing like League randomly the last couple days, so that's quite interesting. Ari, champion refresh, base stats and skills updated. So the base stats are going down. The health growth is going down as well. Base health regeneration is going down by half. Okay, they must be doing something with our health gain because this looks like a massive nerf, to be fair. And her armor per levels is going down, so she's going to be worse against assassins, stuff like that in the mid lane. We're going to see what happens. Okay, passive essence theft. Killing a minion monster grants Ari an essence fragment. After obtaining 9 essence fragments, Ari consumes them to heal up for 40 to 120 plus 25% AP. Okay, so this is quite interesting. When Ari scores a takedown against an enemy champion, within 3 seconds of damaging them, she feasts upon their efforts. Oh, wow, okay. So she obviously gets a heal after takedowns, right? And then she also gets healing after taking down a certain amount of minions. I believe it's 9, right? Yeah, okay. She gets 1 essence fragment, and then she needs 9 to get the heal. So this is a bit of a crazy heal, to be honest. That's quite a big heal. That's like half of like a normal summoner heal, which is really nice. Considering 9 minions, it's probably like what 1.5 minion waves later in the game. You're gonna get quite a lot of heals, to be honest. Especially with that 25% AP, it's gonna really buff up after a while. The Q is going down. The damage is going down. It's going to be a slightly. Oh, it's going up. It's a slightly bigger AP ratio, which is quite nice for RE players as well. And then we also have the mana cost going up. Okay, quite interesting. Okay, W Foxfire. This is my favorite RE ability because it's quite easy to use and you don't get messed up by using it, which is quite nice. The damage is going to be going up as well, and the AP ratio is staying the same. It's got just a high base damage in general. The mana cost is going down as well. That's really nice to see. The flame duration, so how long the flames will like rotate around you and be able to shot out is 2.5 seconds. I like this because normally, to be honest, they get shot out automatically if you do it properly. You know what I mean? It's less defensive, more offensive. This change, and the bonus movement speed duration is going up by 0.1 seconds. I think this is great. I think this is really helpful. Updated missile targeting and last hitting logic. Nice, that's good to know. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people with CSing on Ari as well. And then the E charm is going up in damage, I believe, base and AP ratio, which is quite nice. The mana cost is going down, so you're going to be able to throw out more of these without having to worry about wasting mana and cooldowns. Well, cooldowns, yes, mana, no. And it does more damage. Ari's abilities no longer deal bonus damage when to enemies hit by charm. That's quite interesting as well. So you can obviously Q, then you can EW, for example, instead of having to EWQ. Spirit Rush duration 15 seconds. This is great as well. It's going to give you more opportunities. And then a Spirit Chase, consuming a champion's essence with Essence Theft. One Spirit Rush extends Spirit Rush recast duration by up to 10 seconds. Wow. And grants additional. Oh, wow. And Johnson. I'm shocked. And grants an additional cast of Spirit Rush up to 3 casts stored. So basically on cooldown. So on a kill, you're getting a dash cooldown, right? You're gaming another one basically. That's really cool to see. I like that. I think these aura changes are going to be great. I'm really happy with those. Okay, we have Archon X, passive damage decreased. The passive bonus movement speed upon canceling second shot is going to 2075 from 35 to 75. Okay, so early game it's going to be worse. And then the 3 stack bonus damage is going from 20 to 175 to 10 to 165. This is going down in general by 10 at all ranks. That's kind of nice to see. I think Action's a bit too overpowered still. And then Amumu base armor decreased, E passive reduction now capped per instance. We have the base stats here. We have the armor growth is going down to 3 from 3.5. I get that they like to like cross it out, but it's quite hard to read what it was before because I'm not gonna lie, boys. I don't know what Amumu's base armor growth is in general. You know what I mean? Like it'd be nice to see. I know this is kind of like self-explanatory, but when it's like a long one like this, like look, that could be a 90, that could be a 3. Like obviously that's a 3, you know, but like it'll be great to know, man. It'll be great to know. Like, maybe just have it in red instead, a red into green. You know what I mean? But then people would be confused about buff or nerf. You know what I mean? It's difficult. So the armor is going down in general. Wow, by about 10. That's quite interesting. Then E tantrum is capped at 50% per instance of physical. Okay, so I guess that's just a straight up nerf for Mumu. That's not nice to see for Mumu players. I feel like Amumu has been he's pretty decent in low elo, right? So he's not the greatest in high elo because people know how to play around him. It's basically just like proper positioning stuff like that. You know what I mean? But he can still get you over the wall. But it's like high elo players are getting nerfed because he's so good in low elo. Basically, I'm pretty sure that's why they've changed him. Quality of life changes on passive and R. We have Blaze It. Passive Blaze. Mana refund upon killing an enemy now occurs if Brand's ability target hits a target that was not already ablaze. Okay. I guess that's good for him. Pyro Pyroclasm's Fireball now prioritizes bouncing to nearby enemies before bouncing back to Brand at full range. Pyroclasm will still prioritize bouncing to enemies first for minions or monsters regardless of range. Okay. Um Yeah, that's way better, right? Because you obviously want to get as many hits as you can on the R. So let's say that I'm standing in a triangle and I throw it out to you, and your mom's next to you. I would want it to go into you and then your mom, not back to me. You know what I mean? So that's nice to know. Um, that's good. Good. Nice change for brand. Caitlyn, AD growth decreased, Q damage reduced. Okay, this is quite interesting because there's obviously the thing like if you're a Caitlyn player, if you're attacking during a team fight, you're probably doing something wrong. Or if you're using your skills during a team fight, you're probably doing something wrong. This is basically more of a homage to that. Basically, you're going to be wanting it to attack more, even though the AD growth is decreased as well. So it's from 3.8 to 3.4, and then the attack damage per level is also going down, but not too much. It looks, I would say it looks like they're tidying it up, but they're not really. It's still a really weird number. And then the Piltover Peacemaker is going down to 50% against secondary enemies. Does that mean that if they get hit like by themselves with the Q, that they'll be taking full damage? Maybe? Maybe. Bug fixed a bug where Caitlyn's ult would incorrectly get a cooldown refund if she was feared during its cast. Okay. Well, that's a good shout. You've got to watch out for that then, because that seems like a bit of a big nerf when you think of like champions like Vex and stuff like that who stop Caitlyn ults and then she'll have her ult back in like 10 seconds rather than like a minute and a half. Okay, first package delayed and restock cooldown increased. Oh wow! See, you know why this is a massive nerf to pro play because Rift Herald spawns at 8 minutes. So basically, what people would do, they would grab Corki, go to Rift Herald, and fight for Rift Herald like as soon as 8 minutes occurred, and then people would just basically give it up because you can't fight Corki with a package. That's amazing. And then the package restocks every 5 minutes. This is just a general nerf to Corki because his package is way too OP. It's really good to see. It's gonna like take him out of pro play more or less. I feel like he still does crazy damage, but that's gonna. I think teams are gonna be like, we need to prioritize Rift Herald more than that. I mean, if a team's gonna go for late game and forget about Rift Herald, which I don't think a lot of teams will want to do, then that doesn't really matter. But it still takes away so much so much potential out of the Corki pick, you know. Okay, Leblanc has been too strong. Damage W damage decreased late. Okay, it's gone from 75 to 235 to 75 to 220 to 215. That's decent. I'm happy with that. Leblanc's seen a couple picks in pro play as well. She's doing decently. Lilia, R duration increased early. The sleep duration is going to 2 seconds. Wow. Okay, that seems like a bit of a big one. I'm not gonna lie, that seems like a bit of a big one. We're gonna have to watch the win rate difference in Lilia this patch because that seems a bit crazy. I'm happy with that one. Nami, passive initial bonus speed increased and now delays over duration. E hit base damage reduced. The bonus movement speed we see here on Surging Turds. Surging Tides. 45 plus 20% for 1.5 seconds. And now it's 9. Well, what? Oh, decaying. Okay, decaying. I wonder how hard the decay is there. That seems like really good though. And then the on hit is going from 25 to 80. Okay, so you're losing 5 at every rank. Okay, you're not going to be ranking up early, but it's every rank, so it doesn't really matter. It's not really irrelevant. We're gonna have to see how quickly that decays. But yeah. It's gonna be a nice little burst. I mean, with Lucian, basically, if you're eating him, for example, getting that passive proc in you're eating it as well. It's not gonna be that relevant, right? But if you really need to get like a champion either like for a Jinx or somebody who doesn't have like a dash and it's more about that movement speed, the decaying is probably a bit of a problem. A Quinn W passive attack speed increased early. R damage ratio increased. Okay. The passive attack speed. I'm surprised Quinn is getting a buff, to be fair. I've seen a lot of Quinn players. I believe like the boss is playing Quinn at the moment. A couple of other players are playing Quinn in the top lane. I've definitely seen him more often this patch as well. 70% AD, which is good because Quinn buys AD anyway. Then the bonus attack speed is what, going up by 8% early, and it ranks up at 60. So it's just early game. There we go. Yeah, increased early. That's quite interesting. I mean, Quinn main's going to be very happy with that one. It seems like quite a big change as well. Passive soul drop for Senna's farm reduced. Okay. Quick maths. Minions and lesser monsters, my bad, that Senna kills have a 2.77% chance to spawn a Mistwraith. All else unchanged. That seems way worse. Well, gone down by another 8%. Does that mean you lose like, or more like 7%, right? Gone down by more like 7%. So you lose 7 out of the 10 you would have gotten. I'm not sure if that's the correct math, but either way, it's a nerf. I still prefer Senna support. I'm surprised they didn't change the Q slow, which I'm really happy about because I really like the changes with the Q slow. Q damage ratio increased, base damage decreased late, E bonus attack speed decreased early. Okay, see, this was a bit of a problem. I read E bonus attack speed, and I was like, oh no, did they buff that because it's really strong at the moment? So here we go. So the AP ratio is higher, however, the base damage lower. So you're going to be more inclined to build AP onto Twisted Fate rather than the crazy builds that he has at the moment. That seem a bit weird for different champions, but they're good for TF because they fit him perfectly. However, he's going to be doing less damage in general because he doesn't build that much AP, and he builds more for like the utility, basically, right? And then we have Stack Deck, which is 20%. It's gone down to 10%. Wow. And 40%. See, I wonder if this is like kind of like an Ashe support nerf, kind of similar vein, where if you played and maxed E on TF, it wouldn't really change much. You know what I mean? You still have that 60 damage early on the Q, but now at like level 7 or whatever, you would have still have the 40%, which would put him in the same bracket as he was before. Obviously, he's going to be weak the first couple levels, but once you max up that E early in the game, you might be Gucci. I'm talking about ADTF, right? It's not really relevant for like pro play at the moment. Zeri base move speed reduced, fully charged basic attacks damage decreased, chain R lightning damage decreased, and now can critically strike. Yikes, that sounds scary. Okay, so the base movement speed, I don't think the 5 base movement speed is gonna, it's not the problem, okay? It's not the problem. You've all seen the clips all over Twitter. You've seen it in your games. I played a Pantheon game. I couldn't even get near Zeri at the moment. Like she's crazy OP at the moment. Basic attacks full charge damage based on target's max health is going from 3 to 20 to 3 to 15. Okay, that's great. Just a big nerf basically in the late game. Lightning, and that's where she needs it, by the way. She's not too OP early game. Once she gets a couple items, she's actually crazy. Okay, lightning crash. The damage is going down, but it can critically strike. which I'm not sure how much damage that will increase by, but we'll see. This also kind of brings her away. She currently builds like a Triforce into Tiamat, right? And this would bring her away from that and make her more focused on like the Phantom Dancer Static Shift kind of build, you know what I mean? Where you do want to like actually buy that crit. Sorry, my phone fell out of my pocket there. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting to see if it changes her like her build path. So that's gonna be cool. And we got the items as well. The mythic fighter items. Divine Sunderer. Sheen Phage Kindle Gem. It's gonna be Sheen Corfield's Warhammer, which is the double AD sword item. Kindle Gem plus 900 gold. The health's going down, the attack damage is going up. Okay, so this makes it more less tanky, more AD, right? Plus, yeah, okay, yeah, that's it, right? Here we have the Iron Spike Whip, the Phage, the Kindle Gem, into the Iron Spike Whip, Core Hammer. Okay, this is exactly the same thing. They're doing exactly the same thing. This is the same, except updated. Threefold Strike on champion or structures is only 4% per stack, up to 5 times. Okay, all right. So these are less AD, right? Less AD per stack. Oh, base AD, right? I guess if you have high base AD, it's good for you. Okay, what else they got? They're putting up the total cost of Death's Dance. Okay. Stores 35 for melee, 15 for range, and it changed it to 30 and 10. All right. That's going down. Now applies to damage on shields. And then also heal for 15%. Wait. Heal for 15% of health upon scoring a killer assist. 175 bonus AD. So am I gaining AD or is this am I healing based on AD? No, heal 4. Okay. So like basically people like Fiora are gonna heal way more because obviously it's not 15% of my max health. It's gonna be based on my bonus AD. So if I'm building AD, like for example, a full AD Aatrox, for example, is gonna heal like crazy. That's gonna be kind of cool. I like the change of this. So it's less tanky and more like let me smack you up with some high AD champions, you know, and heal for crazy amounts. Okay, removed after dealing damage or taking damage from an enemy, heal for a portion of your maximum health over 6 seconds. Now I gain 40% of your base AD as bonus AD. Okay, that's kind of cool. So if I buy Steric's Gauge, it converts 40% of my base AD into bonus AD, which will help me with my shield on Death Dance, for example, right? This is kind of cool. If you take damage that would reduce you below 40% of your maximum health, gain a shield equal to 75% of your bonus health. Bonus health, keep an eye on that, not base health. That decays over 3.7 seconds. Okay, cool. I like that. I like this change. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. Okay, more of my Mortis. This is gonna be interesting because I quite like this item back in the day, but it's turned into the abyss. No one buys it. The AD is going up. The ability haste is going up. Well, that's nice to see. I love a bit of extra ability haste. And the updated Lifeline passive. When Lifeline is activated, gain 12% Omnivamp until the end of combat, i.e., have not dealt or taken damage for at least 3 seconds. See, that seems kind of good. That seems a bit crazy. Like if I'm thinking someone like an Aatrox, right? That's a lot of extra attack damage, a lot of ability haste, right? And you still get that shield against the AP damage, right? And then also 12% Omnivamp. This is working on all your Qs. It's working on your auto attacks, for example. That seems crazy. I like the difference. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. I'd love to see the win rates on certain champions, like maybe a Kali, you know, because of that Omnivamp. Who knows? Blade the Ruin King is more expensive. Basic attacks deal 12% for melee and 8% for range. With the target's current health is physical damage, all else unchanged. See, I'm pretty sure it used to be this, and they changed it, they nerfed it, and that seems a bit higher, man. Like I'm excited to see this as well. All these changes seem like more like, hey, play more attack damage champions, less like tanky boys. You know what I mean? Like for example, I don't know. For example, in Aurelia, I'm not 100% sure. They're all more expensive as well. You know, so that's gonna be interesting to see. So you're gonna get them at a later date. Black Cleaver, health's going down, AD's going up, ability haste is going up. Wow, that's cool to see. See, this looks like more of a Ash support item to me now. You know, that extra ability haste is just cracked. I throw out loads of W's. Reduce your armor for my AD carry. This is gonna be cool. Ravenous Hydra's also being buffed attack damage wise. The Archon X is going down by 100 gold. I think it always should have been down by 100 gold. That's really cool. And the combined cost is going in as well. I think this is a big buff. I like that. Hex Strength is also getting more cheap. This is going to help more of Malmortius. It's in the build path, I believe. Turbo Chem Tank. I'm going to skip over Turbo Chem Tank because I do not understand this item. My small brain can't understand it. Maybe that's because I need to read up about what it actually does. Because I thought it was just mad movement speed and then you get the Immolate proc, but I have no idea. I have no idea. We'll skip it. Fuck these changes. Vel'Koz, he's more voidy now. Complete overhaul. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to see if I notice these changes because sometimes I feel like they get these changes and I just don't notice them. We have the upcoming skins. Oh, very nice. Action's looking very pretty there. You can actually see another one of these champions at the bottom side of the thing here. And it actually looks like Elise. We have Crystal Rose Janna. Very nice indeed. I do like these skins. I'm not the biggest fan of. I wonder who that is in the background again. I'm not the biggest fan of these like Crystal Rose skins, but they do look kind of cool. The Elise one looks cool. I feel like she has too many cool skins though. Like I prefer like Super Galaxy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then we have the. Can I click on these? Yeah, we can. Nice. Very pretty. Very pretty. I'm sure someone will like to have that. I'm not going to be buying any of these skins. They're not really my forte, my taste, stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe someone will get them. Maybe I'll re-roll them as well. Who knows? That looks decent. Like it just ain't me. That ain't me. I respect to you if you like that, but like it just looks a bit weird to me. I changed my mind. I'm not the biggest fan of these skins, but hopefully you enjoyed them. That's gonna be it today, boys. Once again, apologies for being a bit late. Apologies for skipping over a couple things, but I'm not gonna lie. What is it? Turbo Chem Tank. Impossible to understand. Impossible to understand. Anyway, don't worry. I'll be back quickly on the next patch. Okay, I promise I'll be there. I promise I'll hit you with the stats as well. And yeah, peace out. See you soon.